Ready, Connor?
Yeah.
All right. We now have our fifth but not least candidate for president, Connor Heggie.
Hey, Woolrise. Before I get started, I need to make a little confession. I'm kind of nervous about this. So, 2.5 years ago, I did something that I regret, something that I kind of wish nobody knew, something I'm not particularly proud of. But I feel obligated to let you guys know. I enrolled at the University of Arizona. I know, it was ridiculous. 5 minutes into my time there, I knew that it wasn't home. So I transferred here. And 5 minutes into my time here, after one of my advisors, Margaret Roddy, tried to launch herself into my car window, I knew that I had found home. So I'm running for president. What does that actually mean? So as a couple of the other candidates have touched on, it's 50% inside of the college, 50% around the university, right? You're running diet meetings and you're also going to SA. You're eating meals around here to stay in touch with the college, and you're also having lunch with Dean Hutch every week. Kush just left to go to a campus-wide master's and president's meeting, right? So a lot goes into this position. So you guys have seen me thus far in a very goofy role as secretary. I'm up here making a fool of myself every Friday and every week. But I definitely feel that I can step up to the plate in this more serious role. So I also want to have a lot of fun with it, like I do as secretary. And I think that's what it's going to come down to a lot, is having fun. The president should be having fun, the Woolrise should be having fun. I really want the president to be somebody like Kush, who you can go and hang out with no matter who you are, but you also feel really comfortable bringing something more serious to him. So I asked Mike Wolf, the masters before Mike and Bridget, what he thought made a great president, and he said vision. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah, vision. And then I talked to Kush about it, and Kush's vision was to create a more inclusive and involved Woolrise. And I think he did a really phenomenal job at it, seeing as though there's 5 people running for president this year, whereas opposed to Kush, who ran unopposed last year. So I thought a lot about what I want my vision to be, and I want to follow along in Kush's footsteps and take it even further. I want to be open and inclusive for all of Woolrise, not just the people who are really involved, which I feel like is a problem that a lot of people feel. And so that means asking questions like, how can we better support people who perhaps are more involved in research or SRBs? Or are we really doing an effective job of supporting people who have new ideas and events? And one way to do that I thought of was create a bigger diet fund, right? So increase the diet fund so that anybody, like an excited committee member, like a passionate member of the college, feels comfortable to come and ask for money, and we're like more than happy, and it's not a matter of like, oh, well, this is a third of the diet fund or like half the diet fund. We're just like ready and willing to give it. So that's sort of the big sort of push that I want to make. And my final, just to end it, I want to tell a quick story about why I want to run for president. So last year, my first test year, my first exam here was an ELEC 241 exam. It's a notoriously very hard class in the ELEC department, and I left it having left maybe 50% of the exam blank. I was devastated walking out of it, and as I walked back, I felt like I had made the wrong decision coming and transferring from the University of Arizona. I was really like debating my major, and I didn't really feel like I belonged. And that night just so happened to be McWill Bingo, and I walk into the Commons, and there's like a group of students messing around, and they're like, "Hey, Connor, what's up?" You know, like just ridiculous. And it sounds really dumb, but that sort of thing really gave me the confidence to make me feel like I belonged and that I should stick with it, and that really resonated with me. And that's the sort of thing that I want all Woolrisers to feel, because at the end of the day, we are just one big family. Thanks.
Thank you, Connor. Anyone have any questions? Okay, once again, we'll ask one. How has your role as secretary this year prepared you for the more administrative heavy duties of the president when it was overseeing the government departments?
Absolutely. So as secretary, like Mike said, you learn a lot about time management and stuff like that, but that's something that I think, a lot of us know. And when it really comes down to it, any Rice kid can be a really effective communicator and talk about campus-wide issues and do those sorts of things. And that's what's at the heart of the presidency. But my time as secretary has really allowed me to get in touch with the college. And I'm up here every day, and I'm very much so the face, with Michael, the face of the EC. And as secretary, you get very in touch with the college, and it'll help me, as you are campus-wide and doing campus-wide decisions, really stay in touch and not forget the people you're like talking for and speaking with. And the other thing is, I remembered the masters are going to be leaving this next year, right? So the next president will be on putting together the search committee for a new masters. So as secretary, I've formed a pretty good relationship with Mike and Bridget. Shout out. And so I feel really confident to be able to work with them and head up that new committee. Thanks.
Any comments?